Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of PlotTech Shorts. Today I'm just going to walk you through the PlotFire web portal, and I'm going to just show you how to set up a block within the sites that you will have set up within the PlotFire web portal. So I'm going to use the site that I set up a few videos ago, Dunstan. And those who have tuned in to see a standard plot being created, a create plot being created, you will have seen that I set up plot 1AB. And for now, what I'm going to do is actually jump in and create a block. So there's a few more options that I've got here versus what we call a standard plot type. But for now, I'm just going to add in the names. I'm just going to call it block 1AZ. Construction method, again, similar options to before. We're just going to go masonry. The floors, so again, like with when we set up a standard plot, the floors are very important as they spread out the regime options. But I also have this option here to indicate the number of communals, and then I also have the option to indicate the number of plots as well. For example, for this purpose, I'm going to indicate 4 communals within the block, and then for the purposes of this, I'm going to indicate 10 plots within this particular block. So once I select continue, slightly different in the way that we set up here. So we start first with setting up the 10 plots that I've indicated. And I've got the option here, having printed out all of the plots, and the system will automatically just default the names to plot 1 to 10, but I can change these as necessary if I wanted to update or change any of the naming conventions. But from within here, I start with the plot regime. So again, just as before, we're going to select the options that we believe should be available for this particular setup and for the plots. And what the system will do will take the one regime that you set up and apply that consistently across all plots. So this saves you having to dive into every single plot and do the setup concordingly. Everything can just be organized within this one option, and you can choose exactly what you want to see, and that will print out across all of the plots. For within here, we've also set up the flow slightly differently. We've identified that it's very difficult to organize and set up some of the plots in relation to where the roof might be and which floor it might be on, as we appreciate that the coordination and the structure of the building may be very, very different for different businesses. So what we've done is just to allow for you to decide where the roof is being applied. So if we want that roof section within the fire audit report, we can just select which particular plots that might be associated to. And that might be simply to plot 9 and 10. If plot 9 and 10 are at the top of the building and they're connected to the roof, then that could be a very easy way of just toggling those on. But also it could be, for whatever reason, it could be associated to plot 5. So again, I've selected the roof applied there as well. Next, we jump into the communal setup, and this is very similar to the original setup that we saw for a standard plot, where again, we have the floors, depending on the number of floors are selected. So I selected 2 floors here. And again, we can choose what sections need to be created. And again, I can apply that to all across each of the floors that are associated to the communals. Again, if I need to change the names of the communals, the system will automatically number these for me very simply, block 1AZ, but to communals 1, 2, 3, and 4. But with the regime that I set up, that will apply again consistently to all of the communals that are set up. And again, this just keeps things very, very simple in terms of the expectations of what needs to be set up per option. So I can save that as a draft. And again, I'm just going to confirm that. And then once that's set up, it will then print out all of my plots that I've created individually and all of the communals that I've created individually. So every single one can be treated individually. It will be seen on the app individually and treated in the same way as which a standard plot might. And this ensures that we carry out the inspection individually on each area, whether it be plot 9 in the block or whether it be communal number 3 within the block, or whatever the naming convention you decide to use. So I hope that gives you a good overview of the block setup within the PlotFire web portal. Obviously, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the support team. Or for more information, please check out some of the other videos within the PlotTech Shorts library, which may give you the answer there. But for now, thanks very much.